Alrighty, welcome to a cube draft. This is the Cartographer's cube. I'm actually going to start with Underground Sea here because I'm not entirely sure what's happening in this cube. This is one of the cubes going to be featured at CubeCon, and I know it has a lot to do with lands. What is this card? So join me as we kind of explore what's going on here. Split Second, blue, enchant creature, planeswalker, or clue. Enchanted permanent's now a clue. Oh, it's like a removal spell that turns anything into a clue. That's not super great. Stoneforge Mystic, obviously a good card. Living Death is a fine card. I don't mind Sai Master Thopterist. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, make a 1/1 flyer, and then sack 2 artifacts to draw a card. Chisgoria Forge Tyrant. 6 red, 5/4 flying haste affinity for artifacts. And when it attacks, exile the top 5 cards of your library, and you can play artifacts from among them with affinity for artifacts. Wow, cute. It's also Creeping Tar Pit. Why don't I just take Creeping Tar Pit and start with Creeping Tar Pit and Underground Sea and see where I go from there? This sounds like a great place for me to start. Look, I've got 2 good blue-black lands. Easy. All right, there's a Steam Vents. Mahadi Emporium Master. 1 black-red for a 3/3 Cat Devil. At the beginning of your end step, create a treasure token for each creature that died this turn. I see. Fatal Push seems pretty hard to turn down when you've got 2 blue-black lands. I do like Brainstorm too, but I like to have a few more fetches before I do that. It's also Setessan Champion, so it's got Constellation, so whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield. And Hugh the Entwood is an artifact build-around. Alongside the other artifact build-arounds like the Chisgoria, seems like there's a bit of an artifact theme here. I kind of like going into these cubes without really knowing exactly what's going on and trying to discover it, figure it out from the clues that I'm given. I find that to be pretty fun. So far, we don't have anything too weird looking. We've got Underground Sea and Creeping Tar Pit and a Fatal Push, but that's a great start. I don't really have a problem with that. Let's see how the rest of this goes. Here, Cut Down, not bad. Bloodsky Berserker. Oh, Midnight Clock. This one I like. 3 mana, it's a mana rock, but also at the beginning of each upkeep, it gets an hour counter, and you can pay 3 to put an hour counter on it. Once the 12th hour counter is put on it, you shuffle your hand and graveyard into your library and draw 7 cards. Hurkle. Oh my god, Hurkle's just like Template and Gore. At the beginning of your end step, if you cast a non-creature spell this turn, reveal the top 5 cards of your library. For each card type among non-creature spells you cast that turn, you may put a card of that type from among the revealed cards into your hand. Awful, but I will take Midnight Clock and be pretty happy about it. We've got a pretty good start here. Little blue-black control action. Midnight Clock plus Fatal Push plus a couple blue-black lands. So Midnight Clock basically ramps you a little bit, but also just gives you a draw 7 without much cost. Oh, I like Prismatic Vista. What's Curse of Shallow Graves? 2 and a black. It's a Aura Curse. You put it on them. Whenever a player attacks enchanted player, that attacking player may create a tap 2/2 zombie. Oh, that's cool. I'm going to take Prismatic Vista, though. Like, as cool as that is, Prismatic Vista is real cool. That's a card that can help you cast your other cards. Also, Revolt for Fatal Push. Ever heard of it? I also could potentially splash now that I've got Vista, though clearly being straight blue-black would be pretty nice if I could manage to pull that off. So, cool start here. Looking for controlling blue or black cards in a shocking twist. And yeah, nothing too high on synergies right now. I mean, I guess Prismatic Vista, Fatal Push is a bit of a synergy. All right, the Black Staff of Waterdeep. This animates other artifacts. Sure, Tezzeret's Touch makes an artifact into a 5/5. Bronze Guardian is 4 and a white for a double striker with Ward 2. Other artifacts have Ward 2, and his powers equal the number of artifacts you control. Ah. All right, so it's like a 2/5 or a 1/5 to begin with double strike, and every other artifact gives +1/+0. So that's not bad. Royal Eruption's fine. I'll take Tombstalker. I've got a Prismatic Vista. I've got a Fatal Push. This seems like an okay card. It's like a really bad Murktide region. Wow. So this is decent. Okay. Transmogrant's Crown and Vault Scourge and Patchwork Automaton and Ethereum Sculptor. A lot of artifact builder rounds. I'm not really into that right now. I think Ash Barrens is solid. It taps for a colorless, or you can pay 1 and cycle it for a basic land. So by taking Ash Barrens, it's twofold. One is that it helps enable Tombstalker. Lands that go to the graveyard kind of for free are good with Tombstalker. The other is between Prismatic Vista and Ash Barrens, I could now easily splash another color. Oh, I love Currency Converter in Vintage Cube. This one's really fun. Whenever you discard a card, you can exile it and 2-tap, draw, and discard. And then you can tap and put a card exiled with it into your graveyard. You either get a treasure or a 2/2. What is Audacious Reshapers? 2 and a red for a 3/3. Tap, sack an artifact. Reveal cards from your library until you reveal an artifact. Put it on the battlefield. And it deals damage equal to the number of cards revealed in this way. Wow. Wild. I should probably just take Heartless Act, shouldn't I? There's also Velaran Bloodcaster, but alright, fine. Heartless Act it is. Oh, and then Noxious Gearhulk. Alright, I actually do like Noxious Gearhulk as a way, something I can ramp into. Big finisher. I like Consider too. I would have taken that, but I think the Gearhulk is looking pretty good in this removal ramp spell deck. That could be splashing a 3rd color, but certainly doesn't have to. I guess I don't even have to be that deep into blue, but given Creeping Tar Pit and Underground Sea, I really can't imagine not playing blue. That's kind of an evergreen mood for me. What else are we looking for? Oh, I do like me a Chupacabra. There's also Living Death, but that doesn't seem like a deck that's going to be able to utilize Living Death all that well, so I think Chupacabra is pretty good. Well, we can put the Tombstalker wherever we need to to make our curve look good. You know, I played this card at an extended Pro Tour before. 8 mana, 5/5 flying with Delve. This was what passed for a good finisher back then. Ooh, I do like Jawari Disruption as well. You get to play a little tapped island or a Force Spike. That's a good combo. Late Burst Lightning too. Wow, Jawari Disruption and Heartless Act. This is bringing me back to Sultai Ultimatum Standard. I don't really want to go back there, so let's pass on that. Fires of Mount Doom. 2 and a red, enchantment. Enters the battlefield, deals 2 damage to target creature and opponent controls, and destroy all the equipment attached to that creature. Then 2 and a red, exile the top card of your library. You can play it, but it deals 2 damage to each player. Let's just take Cut Down. Cut Down's fine. I'll take Blade of the Oni because I'm not going to play Curse of Shallow Graves. I'm not going to play Tezzeret's Touch either. I'd rather not pass a blue-black card. Last pick Magda? Is no one playing red? Last pick Magda is pretty wild. Maybe I should have just taken Magda and play with fire. What do we got here? There's an ultimate price. A reality chip. Ooh, a Scion of Draco. There's also a Scalding Tarn. Oh, another blue-black land. Oh, the perfect mana. Better mana than I need. But I don't know. It's hard for me to pass a Scalding Tarn that can get Underground Sea for a bunch of fairly mediocre cards is what it looked like. I didn't see anything too busted there. Let's see what else we got here. Well, I mean, 3 other removal spells, an early counter, a draw 7, and then 2 big ways to kill creatures plus a finisher. This is a good start. I wouldn't say this is the most synergistic or theme-based deck I've ever drafted, but it is looking like a pretty good one. Also, I'm really liking the idea of this Tombstalker with 2 fetch lands plus Ash Barrens, which is basically a fetch land, and a bunch of cheap removal. I might be able to like turn 4 a Tombstalker for 2 mana or something like that. We'll see when we get past more stuff. Also have a Blade of the Oni out there. Probably not going to play that one. Ooh, Remand. Wait, another Scalding Tarn? I guess there's 2 of each fetch land in here. Today I learned. All right, well. Phyrexian Scriptures also doesn't seem like a card I want. What is a Green Sleeves? 3 green. Protection from Planeswalkers and Wizards. It's as big as the number of lands you control, and when you play a land, you get a 3/3. Huh. Cool. I mean, Remand's also really cool, so I'll take Remand. This pack has a -2/-2 enchantment. Let's see. 2 white, black, green. It's a 4/4 Menace. Other enchantment creatures you control have Menace. Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, you can exile a non-aura enchantment card from your graveyard, and you make a token that's a copy of that card, except it's a 3/3. What a weird card. And there's Samwell, Avenger Ace. Oh, Sanwell. 1 and a white for a 3/1. As long as artifact creature is attacking, prevent all damage that be dealt to Sandwell, and whenever it becomes tapped, you can exile the top 6 cards, and you can cast a vehicle or artifact creature from among them. There's a lot of cards in this cube I've never seen before. I kind of want to just take Crawling Barrens. I don't really think I want Gift of Fangs. Devouring Sugar Maw is okay, but I'm not really going to feed it, so let's just take Crawling Barrens here. Ooh, Painful Truths I do like. I just have to play another color, but one land of another color, let's say a mountain, to get a Scalding Tarn, and this can be a 3-mana draw 3. I like Hard Evidence and Opt, but I think one of the two might come back, and I like Painful Truths a lot. Oh, great Treasure Cruise deck too, but probably not Treasure Cruise because I have Tombstalker. Also, I think Restless Cottage is awesome. It's another creature land. It adds black or green. When it attacks, you make a food and exile a card from a graveyard. I'd actually splash just for that. I think I'd like that more than Hieroglyphic Illumination. Don't think I'm in the market for Thought Monitor or Compulsion. Feast of the Victorious Dead. At the beginning of your end step, if one or more creature died this turn, gain that much life and get that many +1/+1 counters on your creatures. That's cool. I think I'll just take Mindstone. Mindstone's pretty good. And, oh, Dress Down is fantastic. What is Ancient Green Warden? Reach, you can play lands from your graveyard, and it triggers multiple things. Nice. Whenever you play a land. I think a Dress Down is going to be awesome, though. I like Null Priest, but Dress Down is just a way to stop ETB abilities on your opponent's creatures, or death abilities. Like, if they have a creature that when it dies, do something awesome, you just get to cast Dress Down, then kill it, and it's pretty cool. Takenuma, not really a Takenuma deck. Hexplate Wallbreaker, oh, that's one of the 4 Mirrodin cards. Treetop Village, another green creature land. This is a lot of creature lands. I guess this is kind of what this deck's doing. All right, well, I'll take a creature land. I think that's better than Takenuma. And I'm totally fine with having 1 forest to animate Restless College, search for with Vista or Ash Barrens, and then make Painful Truths a 3 when I needed. My win condition's just all these creature lands. Okay. So that's this pack. We have 12 playables. That's okay. We'll get more. Still just 3 creatures. All right, Ultimate Price Wheeled as I thought it might. Don't think I want any of the rest of these cards. I even have Jawari Disruption. Also, this deck would totally just play 18 land plus Jawari Disruption. Right now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of my lands actually animate and do things. That's a pretty high percentage. I'm not sure if I even need Crawling Barrens, but I will probably play it because I think my mana is going to be great still. Even if you count Treetop as colorless and the Forest is colorless, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue-black duels effectively. That's a lot. I like that I have 1, 2, 3, 4 cheap removal spells. Ascendant Pack Leader, no. Phyrexian Scripture, so you put a +1/+1 counter on a creature, it becomes an artifact, then destroy all non-artifact creatures, then destroy all, or exile all graveyards. Sure, I don't think I'm going to play it, but I guess I'll take it. The problem is it's a Wrath. The advantage is that one of your creatures survives, right? You can put a counter on one of your creatures and it becomes an artifact and lives through the impending doom. The disadvantage is that it takes a turn to go off. I don't like that. I don't think Onyxia does much for me. I don't think I want Devouring Sugar Maw, but I guess I could see myself playing Spellskite. There's also Gift of Fangs, but that one seems a little weak to me, so I think I will pass on that. We're not looking for a whole lot. I could use maybe another finisher and I guess an actual hard counter, because right now I have Remand and Jawari Disruption as my only counter spells, so having a slightly more robust counter spell would be nice. Hard Evidence Wheel, I knew it. I'm definitely going to play that card. It's great with Tombstalker. It's also just great. It's the blue Thraben Inspector, Craven Inspector. Turn 3, Midnight Clock, immediately tap it to cast Hard Evidence. Game. Or turn 1 Hard Evidence, turn 2 Crack the Clue. The Clue even enables Fatal Push, as if Fatal Push needed help. So yeah, I would say Hard Evidence Wheeling was nice. Oh, and Hieroglyphic Illumination. Oh, could I Traverse No, I don't think so. I think I should just take Illumination. I guess I'll take Compulsion, but I don't really see myself playing that. Oh, that's a late Null Priest. If I get more creatures, I guess I could see myself playing Null Priest, but we'll see what we get here. You find the villain's lair. Flametongue Yearling. Chishiro the Shattered Blade, 2 red, green, 4/4. Whenever an aura equipment enters the battlefield under your control, you get a 2/2 with Menace. And at the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on all creatures you have that are modified. So the best card in this pack is Path for sure. Marsh Flats could also get Underground Sea, but I might take Sphinx of Clear Skies. 3 blue for a 5/5 ward 2 is not bad. And when it hits them, you get to factor Fiction equal to your domain count, which in this deck will be 3 a decent amount of the time. Yeah, I like that. This helps me with the problem I had, which is I wanted one more finisher. Between Gearhulk, Sphinx, and Tombstalker, I think I'm set now. Path wouldn't have been an unreasonable pick, but honestly, I've got a lot of removal spells. I don't really think I need a Path that badly. Marsh Flats would also have been plausible, but Underground Sea with Vista and Tarn, Ash Barrens, Creeping Tar Pit, I think I'm doing okay on fixing. Don't even know if this Crawling Baron's going to make it in. Okay, so this pack has Duress, which I really like, and Chrome Host Seed Shark, which I also like. I think I'm going to take the Seed Shark. I have a bunch of 1-mana plays, so like turn 4 Seed Shark plus Cut Down is pretty nice. It's just a good card. I think a little better than Duress. I don't even know how good Duress is in this cube. I mean, I'm sure Duress is fine, but I don't think I'm going to take it over Seed Shark. All right, this pack has Hagra Mauling, which is fine. Worldly Council, which is decent because this deck's going to have 3 land types. What's Historian's Boon? 3 and a white. Enchantment. Whenever Historian's Boon or another non-token enchantment enters the battlefield, you get a 1/1. And whenever a final ability of a saga triggers, you get a 4/4. Oh, that's cool. I could see building around that. Do I want just to take Odawara, or do I want Celestial Colonnade as like another splash? I don't really need to do that. Worldly Council seems not like something I need so badly. I'll just take Odawara. I like that one. Odawara is a pretty strong card. So right now, I'm, I don't know, 6 cards over, 5 cards over, depending on how you look at it. So we'll see. Oh, Baleful Strix, I'm taking that. There's also Primordial Mist. Beginning of your end step, you can manifest the top card of your library as a 2/2, and then exile a face-down permanent you control, you can play it. Wow. I mean, that is a good card. So Sky Sovereign's also a great card, but I'm going to take Baleful Strix. It's a 2-mana removal spell that draws a card. That card is just so good. I don't pass Baleful Strix very often, and I certainly won't be doing so in a cube that doesn't have the power level of a vintage cube. So this is 27 cards, so 13 more. That'd make me have 22 land, which means I kind of want to take with the last 4 picks of new packs cards that I'll play, but I've got cards I could play if I needed to. I'm not too worried about that. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, Tropical Island is pretty nice. Because remember, I am splashing Treetop Village, Restless Cottage, and Painful Truths. And Trop makes Scalding Tarn get green. There's also Angel of the Ruins. Oh, this card's cool. Plain Cycler that exiles artifacts and enchantments. Kazanu, that was a beating in Standard. Dargo the Shipwrecker. 6 and a red for a 7/5. You can sack artifacts or creatures. Oh, wow. Okay, sure. I don't really like Brain Maggot when you have so few creatures. There's also Rona's Vortex, which is a good way to kill creatures or planeswalkers. Let's just take Trop, though. There's Fabled Passage. All right, well, now I'm probably just going to take Sedgemoor Witch, though. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery, make a 1/1 is pretty nice. 3/2 ward, pay 3 life, and has Menace. It's also Old Rutstein. If you mill a land, you get a treasure. If you mill a creature, you get a 1/1, and you get a blood token if you mill a non-creature, non-land. Yeah, let's just take Sedgemoor Witch here. Okay, so... Ooh, Ruinous Path. Destroy a creature or planeswalker and as Awaken 4. So for 7 mana, you also get a land with 4 counters. Two-headed Hellkite. Wow, 5-color dragon with flying, menace, and haste when attacks draw 2. Ooh, that's a cool card. Dig Through Time also seems, excuse me, kind of interesting. I kind of like Dig. We have a lot of removal. I think we can actually at this point support Dig and Tombstalker. Also Dig Through Time plus Seed Shark. If you can set it up to get a 8/8, it's awesome. Oh, I love Censor. I like Shadow Prophecy too, but it's basically like a Painful Truth. I should just take Censor, I think. Okay. So this is 19 land, so I just want maybe one more playable here. I ended up with enough cantrips with between Hard Evidence, these cheap creatures, Cyclers. I think Dig Through Time is going to be easy to play. Okay, and here's the counterspell I was kind of looking for. 1 blue counter target spell. And then this Loamcrafter Fawn lets you discard lands to get that many non-land permanents. Let's just take the counterspell. And then we can play 18 lands plus Jwari Disruption. So kind of 19 plus a Mind Stone with Midnight Clock, Painful Truths, Illumination, Dig. There's card draw, Baleful Strix, Hard Evidence. Yeah, this deck looks pretty sweet. I'll take Assassin's Trophy because I think it wouldn't be wild to consider playing that card. I mean, I'm going to have, with 1 forest, I'll have 3, 5, 6, 7 green sources. I could play Assassin's Trophy. I'm not sure what I want to cut. Oh, Worldly Council did come back. All right, I'll take it. Wow, now I'm actually getting to the point where I have to cut cards. Worldly Council still actually looks worse than what I have here. Is it possible that I don't want Mind Stone? Mind Stone's a pretty good card. You get to play it, use it for mana, and then eventually cycle it. Oh, Sky Sovereign Wield? That is definitely not right. But Primordial Mist seems like a better card for this deck, actually. Sky Sovereign is pretty busted, though. No, I'm going to take Sky Sovereign. Rona's Vortex Wield? Okay, I'm just getting every card I want back. Now I have to make some cuts. Sky Sovereign is just such a good card. So this is 16 lands, so now I need to cut like 2 cards. I suppose I could cut just 1 card because I have the Jwari Disruption. It's not unreasonable to count it as a land. It's possible I want to cut the Sky Sovereign. I'm not crewing it that often, but I have Sedgemoor Witch. I have 3 creature lands that can crew it. Sphinx probably is not really going to crew it. Gearhulk, Tombstalker. I also could consider cutting Tombstalker because I have a pretty good set of win conditions here, and Dig is the one I'd rather enable. Maybe I'll just do that. Cut Tombstalker, play 17 lands. Yeah, okay. 1 forest. 3/3/1. That's probably good. So that's 1. Oh, maybe I take out Crawling Barrens for another island. I don't think I need Crawling Barrens. That's too many creature lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 blue, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 black. Actually, I'm going to add in 1 swamp because I have Jwari Disruption as well that I can play as a island. And then the 1 forest is plenty. All right. Let's see how this does. I like the way this deck looks. It feels like this is going to be pretty decent, and I could just side in. I have some decent stuff to side in if I need to. Assassin's Trophy is not a bad one either. We're running a little light on Sky Sovereign, but remember these 3 creature lands actually do help quite a bit there. And my experience is in like not super high power level cubes, which this cube does fall under that category. Sky Sovereign is beating. Let's see. Oh yeah, look at this. Remand into Ultimate Price, into Rona's Vortex, into Dig Through Time. We are in it to twin it here. Oh man, we even have Fatal Push Up for their 2-drop. This is a pretty good start. Let's see how this does. Oh, they're probably not playing a card right now. I don't mind drawing a land, so I'm not going to crack my fetch. I actually don't want to play Prismatic Vista, because if I crack 2 fetches this turn, let's say I'm going to cast Remand instead of casting Fatal Push or Ultimate Price or anything, I don't want to crack both fetches because I want to leave 1 fetch up for Remand or for Fatal Push. Kazandu Mammoth, sure. Okay, let's get Underground Sea and let's Ultimate Price that. Just for efficiency's sake. Oh, wow. Hard Evidence. Yes. Wow, this Dig Through Time is looking amazing in this deck. Like, I'm already going to be able to cast Dig Through Time on, like, turn 4 here. In fact, if I cast one of my 3 cheap spells this turn, I'll be able to cast it for 3 mana. It's pretty good. 4/4, sack 2 other creatures, sure. Okay, so they can't make it indestructible right now. Okay, let's go Swamp. Let's Fatal Push here. And then draw. I could keep up You Find the Villain's Lair, but I think I'll just cast Dig and not miss a land drop. And just dig. Restless Cottage would be a nice land to find here. This is going quite smoothly here. Okay, well, Creeping Tar Pit's pretty nice. So let's go Creeping Tar Pit for sure. I kind of think I just Midnight Clock as the other one. Because now I go Tar Pit, go. And then next turn, if I draw a land, great. If I don't, I can still go Clock plus Remand or crack a Clue and then start building up the Midnight Clock. And then use these interaction spells to get the clock across the finish line. Knight of the Reliquary into Dust Bowl. Wow. Sack a land, destroy a non-basic. Okay, that's a little scary. I kind of don't like what's going on here. How bad is it to let them knight? I guess I'll find out. Because I'm going to tap all my non-basics so I can't get Dust Bowled. By doing this, I have You Find the Villain's Lair up or Remand up or cracking a Clue up, and it gets me to next turn when I can start maybe casting a Gear Hulk here. Even if they blow up one of my lands, I'll probably be able to cast Gear Hulk if I draw an extra card. We'll see, though. Oh, they're just attacking with the knight? Sure. All right, I don't mind that, I guess. See what their play is here. Also, if they were going to use Dust Bowl, they would want to use it before damage with the knight. But History of Benalia. Kind of don't mind just remanding that. They can't recast it, which is nice. No, they had something else to cast. Skyclave Relic. It taps for mana of any color, sure. So now I think I actually cycle Hieroglyphic Illumination. I don't know that I'll have time to do the whole thing. All right, let's just play the Gear Hulk. And I feel like playing Seed Shark and leaving up You Find the Villain's Lair is not a bad thing either. But killing the knight first seems pretty good. I'm not sure what sort of land combos they have going, though they did attack with the knight last turn. So now the Midnight Clock is ticking up. The bell tolls for the Ulvenwald Oddity is their last card. I mean, that we don't know. Okay, you got a History of Benalia, an Ulvenwald Oddity. No attacks, huh? And the 5/4 Menace. All right, well, let's attack with the 5/4 Menace. I think this game's pretty well under control here. Let's just play the Ash Barons. And Chupacabra here. Let's kill the Ulvenwald Oddity. And yeah, let's Seed Shark. I could leave up a counterspell, maybe his famous last words, but I think just playing the Seed Shark is probably fine. At the very least, it'll get this game over with faster, because I really don't think my opponent's gonna come back from this. Cankerbloom. Oh no, they can kill my midnight clock. I think I'll be all right without the midnight clock. Oh, Redust Bowl and my creeping tar pit down. Sure. Getting to work. And passing. Oh, they can also kill my gear hook here, which is mildly annoying. All right, let's attack. Just attack with these. I don't think there's a reason to leave any of those back, because their knights are also going to be +2/+1 next turn, so I do have to watch out. All right, yeah, they're going to kill the gear hook here is my guess. Sure. All right. Take some damage, play Restless Cottage. Pass the turn. The clock ticks up. Their knights are 4/3s, which means I could take 8. I could chump with the crab. Are they going to draw a card? No, they're going to do something else. Oh, they have no cards in hand, so they're going to Dust Bowl first here. I guess kill my Restless Cottage. Or they're going to kill my Trop, so I can't activate it is the idea, I guess. Okay, well, I have a forest in my deck somewhere. Also, I'm not even really going to need to activate my cottage in order to win this game, I don't think. Let's just put a counter on this, and sure, we'll bounce one of those. Get to make a shark token too, or an incubator token as well. I don't even think I'm supposed to chump there. All right. Draw. This clock is basically making it so I don't really see how I could lose this game. I will Otawara their thing. I'm not really tapping my mana in like the ideal way, but I think we'll be okay. Now they're at 8. Clock ticks up to 10. They have 2 cards to hand now, but I have a counterspell to stop one of them, and I guess they could Dust Bowl first, which is why I didn't really tap my mana the right way, but let's just put an hour counter on the clock and hope their last card isn't like amazing. It is not. Okay, so the clock strikes 12. I drew some action. Let's send for 4. It puts them to 4. Don't really need Sky Sovereign for anything. Let's just play the Tar Pit and pass. I guess I could have attacked with the Incubator token, but I don't really think I need to do that. This looks pretty good. Don't really see how they're going to get out of it. They have 1 card. It's Path on that. I guess if I go cut down on that, this makes another Incubator token. And then I can animate both tokens, and now I have lethal even if they deal with the Creeping Tar Pit. Okay. Sure, might as well. All right. Let's see here. So, played against green-white. Don't really want Tombstalker. Don't really feel like I need Tezzeret or Assassin's Trophy. I think we're doing good. All right. Well, game 2, up a game here. Let's see how this goes. All right. Yeah, I mean, I will keep this on the draw. This hand's a lot worse than my first hand. Just Creeping Tar Pit, 2 islands, no cards that cost less than 3. Good news is I drew a 5-drop. I'm leaning pretty hard on the Sedgemoor Witch, but that's okay. There's a couple things. The main one is my opponent's deck did not seem that fast. They didn't play a threat till turn 3, and they just have a bunch of green and white mid-range stuff. And then the other thing is I have a lot of cheap cards in the deck, so I feel like I could risk this. I don't know that I would have wanted to keep this in the dark, and certainly if I knew I was playing against a fast deck, I wouldn't have kept it, but given the circumstances, it seemed fine. Don't think I need to play that trop yet. Not yet. Hoping not to get Dust Bolt into oblivion here. Dogerto. Okay, is this the Knight of the Reliquary? No, History of Benalia. All right, I mean, this is actually one of the stronger threats, so we'll see if they can kill my Sedgemoor Witch. Ultimate Price, a little late there. See, if Ultimate Price was in my hand, I would have killed the Knight end of their turn. Well, there's not that much green-white can use to kill this, and if they use Path to Exile, then I just get to ramp right into Sphinx, so that's also pretty good. So we'll see. The other thing is, I do have the Sedgemoor Witch in play, which means next turn if I cast, if they don't kill it and I cast, let's say, Ultimate Price, that already makes a 1/1 pest to block with. Alright, that's pretty good. I guess I know what I'm Ultimate Pricing. Alright, I'll go to 14. That's not terrible. I guess I'm cycling it though, so might as well cycle it first in case I draw tap land. If I draw like a Restless Cottage or something, I'll be a lot happier having cycled it. And I guess I'll just play this. And I think pass. I don't think I need to Ultimate Price this instant. We'll see. Obviously, there are some cards that could punish me for not playing this, but I feel like it could change my opponent's plays. Captain's Clause, okay. So equip 1. So now whenever in the attack, make a 1/1. I don't really care about that actually, because I can just block the attacker. All right, let's blow up the Ovenwald Oddity. Destroy that. Block the 1/1. Block the 5/3. Take 4, go to 10, then gain a life. Yeah, we're doing totally fine here. I mean, now let's just play the Sky Sovereign. This card's awesome. I even get a... Oh, I guess it's an instant or sorcery. Sorry, I don't even get a token. All right, well, blow up that. Pass the turn. And then now, if they attack, I can animate the Sky Sovereign to block. Next turn, Sky Sovereign will come eat their stuff. Seems pretty good to me. And then I have Sphinx and 2 card draw spells to kind of refuel if I need to. This is where Path could be like a little bit dicey, but they didn't have it last turn. Heliod. Return target enchantment card isn't a god from your graveyard to your hand. Oh, nice. They get their History of Benalia back. That's pretty cool. And then they can swap this to a 4/6 flash. Sure. Oh, don't attack with that. Feel bad for my opponent for that one. All right. Let's block the 3/2. I'll take 1. Let's go Mind Stone. Crack the Tarn, get Underground Sea. Cast Sphinx. And then crew with the Sedgemoor Witch. Attack, and then eat the Soldier token. Alright. I'll take a little damage off Heliod this turn, I think is my plan. But Sky Sovereign hits really hard. Next turn, do I have lethal? Yeah, I have lethal next turn. Crew the Sky Sovereign with Sedgemoor Witch. Animate Creeping Tar Pit, attack for 14. So if my opponent doesn't do something to stop that, I actually can just kind of turn the tide right then and there. Okay. What is that? Oh, Balagad Recovery, sure. Enchanted. That they couldn't have meant to do that. They must have meant to enchant my Sky Sovereign here. So yeah, that was a concession of shame. Though honestly, they were just dead. Like they weren't winning this game. All right, a strong round 1 outing in the Cartographer's Cube. Let's get to round 2. Alrighty, time for round 2. I would like to play first, and oh yeah, look at this hand. Turn on Tar Pit. Turn 2, censor your 2-drop. Turn 3 Painful Truths for 3. Seems like a winner. Curve into maybe a Noxious Gearhook at some point. Don't mind if I do. I even have Odawara for turn 4 if I need it. Mountain. Oh, they have a 1-drop. Okay. That could make things a little bit trickier, but we'll see. We'll see. No, never mind. It's a 2/2 haste, but Reinforced Rodent goes back to their hand at the end of the turn. So if they want to spend their time casting Reinforced Rodent, I don't really care. I guess I would censor it if they played it before playing anything else, just to take a little less damage. All right, fine. Because I'm about to take 3 damage, and also I don't really want to discard. Toolcraft Exemplar, 1/1. Haven't seen this for a while. It gets +2/+1 if you control an artifact. Ooh. I like this. All right. Sky Sovereign. Mindstone. So I could play Mindstone in order to... Oh, wow. This looks like an old Kaladesh draft deck. So if I play Mindstone, that lets me play Gearhook a turn sooner. Instead, though, I could just Odawara. I think I'm just going to play a land in Odawara. I am potentially running the risk of not being able to play Gearhook on 6, but I think this is okay. Because what I can do now is I can go Odawara, bounce the Thopter token, take quite a bit of less damage, and then Sky Sovereign, I don't know, take out one of these two. Okay. Do this. Boing. So this triggers, but they're not going to control any artifacts when it resolves. So I take 3 down to 9. Sky Sovereign, kill something. I mean, it's going to be a close game. I am going to want to draw a land here, though. I suppose if I draw spells, maybe I just interact that way. But also knowing I'm playing this red-white aggro is all right. All right. Experimental Synthesizer, Exiling Mountain, play Mountain. Mishra's Research Desk. Okay, so the Toolcraft Exemplar is definitely going to be powered up, so I'm just going to go Sky Sovereign, pop Toolcraft Exemplar, and then I'm going to go Noxious, going to hit down to 7, and then I go Noxious Gearhook. Until end of your next turn, you can play that card. So, ooh, Arcbound Ravager and Porcelain Legionnaire. Ooh. Okay, so they're going to play Porcelain Legionnaire. Interesting, interesting. Well, having a Sky Sovereign in play is pretty nice. Taking this card really has paid off. I don't understand how it wheeled. I get to go play Gearhook, eat something, and then crew this, attack, eat something else. And this gain is equal to toughness, so I guess I'll eat Pia and Kira Nalar with the Gearhook here. Okay, whack down to 7. And presumably they're going to play Porcelain Legionnaire. It wouldn't really make sense not to. All right, for the full amount. Oh, something else instead. No. I mean, maybe they'll play something else, but you have this card that's going to go away end of turn. So, pretty big incentive to just play that. Oh. What is this? Osgir the Reconstructor. 4 mana, Vigilant, sack an artifact, give a creature +2/+0. Oh, wow. Powerful card. I'm actually glad they played it. I'm glad you showed up, because now I get to Gearhook to gain more. That is a good card, though. Yes, I'll use the ability. Go to 10, crew this. Whack. All right, and then that basically does it. The funny thing is, I'm pretty close to lethal here. Gearhook and Sky Sovereign do a lot of damage. Spellskite has an 0/4, and then Null Priest has a 2/1 lifelink menace. Both seem pretty good. I could probably cut the 3-mana Counterspell. And I think I still like the Dig Through Time in this deck. Don't really want Assassin's Trophy. I don't really want to cut Midnight Cloth. I could probably cut Painful Truths. There's not going to be that many games where casting Painful Truths is honestly going to work out that well. Being on the play with Censor was good. It worked out all right, but most of the time I don't think it's going to be quite that easy. All right, I still think this deck is great. I mean, just a bunch of early interaction. It's pretty nice. Finishers like Sky Sovereign, Sphinx, Gear Hulk, Dig Through Time kind of counts. And then Chupacabra. Midnight Clock's not bad either. Playing against red-white aggro. No, what are they going to side in against a control deck that they wouldn't have won the main deck anyways? I mean, who knows? Maybe they have some creature removal they want to cut down on. Look at that Restless Cottage. I think it's still worth splashing. Getting a 4/4 and getting a food's pretty good. Actually, maybe I'd take out Treetop Village and then add a swamp. Yeah, that seems fine. I'm gonna have Dwari Disruption. My mana's great. I haven't really had any mana issues so far. Okay. So all I need to do is get a hand that has 5, over the first 12 cards or so, I want like 5 cards from this pile and then 1 from the other one, and then we're good. Yeah, this looks solid. Get to go tap land into Fatal Push, into Sedgemoor Witch, into Chupacabra, assuming I draw a black source. Putting Mulligan to 6 here. Oh, Dwari Disruption, nice. That's going to be a pretty good one. I'm probably going to get to use that one on turn 2. Well, I mean, we'll see if I get to use it on turn 2, but I think I will get to use it. All right. Experimental Synthesizer and hit. What is this? Shikari. Oh, I see. Let's go Island. Go. Yoink. So, boom. 2/2. When you attack, you can sack another creature artifact to make a 4/1. All right, well, let's just counter that, shall we? And then on my turn, I guess I'm just going to slam Sedgemoor Witch. And if it lives, great. And if it doesn't, it's fine too. And then I have Fatal Push and Ultimate Price ready to go. I mean, I have it all rolled up here. I guess I could use a swamp at some point, but Voltage Surge. Bzzzt. Oh, really? They're not sacking the synthesizer? They must have something else to. No, they're missing out on good value there. I guess there's no real reason to play Otawara here. I need them to play something so I can kill it, so I can cast Dig Through Time next turn. See what they got. They only have 3 cards in hand. Yeah, this game is so over. Okay, sack the synthesizer, exile Mountain, but they haven't played a land yet. Great. Let's actually Otawara that. I don't really care if I don't draw. If I don't draw a land here, that's fine. I did. Easy. Also, I can still cast Fatal Push and Dig Through Time, which is nice. Or I could just fire off Dig end of turn. I guess I can't Fatal Push this thing again. Okay, sure. Glimmerlands. Whenever equipped creature and at least one other creature attack, draw a card, and it comes with a 2/2. Alright, well, in that case, let's go Fatal Push on that. Dig Through Time on these. And let's just take Hieroglyphic Illumination and Rona's Vortex, I guess. And then on my turn, Chupacabra here. They are never getting Glimmerlands. This card seems sweet. 2 mana 2/2 that whenever you attack with it plus another creature, draw a card. It leaves equipment behind too. That is not bad. Not bad at all. I mean, they have no chance of winning this game, but that's okay. They get to sack their land. Well, it's just like I went 1 for 1, 1 for 1, 1 for 1. I guess they even 2 for 1'd off that. Oh, Ogrehead Helm. So this is a 2/2, and when it hits, or an equipped creature hits, you get to sack it and do some stuff. Draw, discard your hand and draw 3. Just take it out. All right, let's shuffle. Blue, blue, blue. Yeah, I guess I'll get black. Let's draw 2. Hard evidence. Still 2 removal spells in hand, and now we're gonna start the inexorable march towards 0. Hello, Doug. Announcing your arrival here. I've got 2 removal spells in hand. Regal Bunnycorn. Yeah, that is not going to do it. You get to play another creature? No? All right, let's sack a clue token end of turn. This is going to be an easy dismantling. Oh man, if something dies, I can get it back here. Let's animate the Creeping Tar Pit and send for 5 here. If I'm lucky, they'll block the Ravenous Chupacabra, but I don't really think that that makes sense for them to do. And then I've got Cut Down ready. That was it. That was it. They had enough. All right. Jules, come here. Come here, Jules. Good girl. Round 3. Won't someone challenge me? I mean, looking at this deck, this is just classic blue-black. How many removal spells did it have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Counting Baleful Strix, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 of which are big finishers. And then for counter spells, 1. Just down's in the middle of counter removal. 2, kind of 3, 4. And then card draw, 1, 2, 3, kind of 4. And then a couple random threats. Pretty great deck. Also a bunch of creature lands. Never animated any of them. I guess maybe the creeping... No, I don't even think I've even animated the Creeping Tar Pit. By the time you animate the creature lands, they're just like... Their spirit's been broken already. They're ready to throw in the towel. Yeah, this deck... I haven't even Baleful Strix too much, but yeah, this deck has worked out quite nicely. See if we can get the last round here. Rack up a nice little trophy in the Cartographer. I mean, this is like way worse than a Vintage Cube. Let's not mince words here, but it is. These have been fun games so far. Look. It's no shame. It's hard to compete with Vintage Cube. It's like saying, well, you know what? You're not quite as good as Reed Duke. Well, it's like, well, yeah, there's a lot of room under Reed Duke. A lot of room under Vintage Cube. To continue being fair, there's a lot of room between Vintage Cube and this too. But I am a Vintage Cube ride or die, so there's probably no surprise. All right. I'm on the play here. This hand's great, by the way. Turn 1, Underground Sea. Cycle Ash Barrens for Island. Assuming they don't play anything. Turn 2, Mind Stone. And then turn 4, I get to slam Sphinx of Clear Skies. And this one really pays you off for playing it early because it has Ward 2, so it's pretty hard to kill. I also have all my land types here. Oh, well, in that case, I'll just do this. Take out that land, Mind Stone, and then I can cycle the Ash Barrens off the Mind Stone. So still goes pretty much according to plan. In fact, I even get to go Hard Evidence, Teething Wormlet. Oh, whenever you play an artifact, it gets a +1/+1 counter and you gain a life. And it's Death Touch as long as you have 3 or more. That's pretty cool. Definitely changes what I think they're doing, if that's what they've got. Hard Evidence, and I think I actually just cracked the clue now. Don't really need to keep mana up. If I drew a tap land, I would have been happy I did it that way. Well, my hand is great. I'm going to slam Sphinx still, but if they play another creature, I guess maybe I change that. Oh, Combine Chrysalis. Creature tokens you control have flying, and you can sack a token and make a 4/4 token. Yeah, that is cool and all, but let's just go turn 4 Sphinx when they have 2 mana in play. So they're probably just going to concede in a second here because I'm going to hit them, reveal 3 cards, and they separate the cards into 2 piles, and then I take the pile with more cards. It's pretty much what's going to happen here. Emergent sequence. Search library for a basic land, put on the play battlefield tapped, and put a +1/+1 counter on it. Yeah. This card is a lot worse than Rampant Growth when your opponent can mess with it, which I can. And I will. Alright. Send with the Sphinx here. Whack them. So they take 5. And I'm going to get a little mini Factor Fiction, a little Jace. Oh, it's the Jace -2 from Jace Architect of Thought. The one that people played with Sphinx's Revelation. Yeah, I'll take the Pilot too. I don't think I can afford... Well, I could afford to cycle to try to find a land, but I don't really see a reason to do that. Let's just go Sky Sovereign, kill your forest, and then just like... I would assume they're conceding here in just a second. Wow, Idol of this Oblivion. Tap, draw a card only if you created a token this turn. 8 tap, sack, and make a 10/10. Pretty cool. I could cruise Sky Sovereign, but I don't get attack with the Sphinx. I didn't draw a land, so I can't Gear Hulk. Oh man, really unlucky, honestly. Let's just crew this. It's fine. I don't need to go for the ultimate win here. And I'm just gonna play Midnight Clock and leave up You Find the Villain's Lair. The Villain's Lair has been found. Oh, I guess I need to tap blue mana for that. Pass the turn. This is certainly never getting to 12 counters because I have lethal in play, assuming I can crew the Sky Sovereign. They still have 2 lands in play. Even though this looks like it taps for mana, it actually doesn't. So, it's a pretty cool card, though. A lot of cards in this cube I'd never seen before. Ranger class, sure, make a 2/2 wolf. Oh, and they get to draw a card off Idol. Oh, and the wolf has flying. Would you look at that? And end of turn, I guess I do nothing because they conceded. Alright, so they're like blue-green tokens / artifacts. Does that make me want Assassin's Trophy? Doesn't sound crazy. It feels like they have a lot of weird stuff going on. But does that make me want to cut down or cut one of my removal spells? I guess I could cut Hard Evidence. I do like that card, but... Or maybe Dress Down? Maybe I'll do it that way. I don't know. I was going to say I could... If I see more of their deck, I could change going to game 3, but we're not going to game 3. This deck's going to get the clean sweep. I can just feel it. I mean, this deck is just a picture-perfect blue-black deck for like a modern / legacy cube, which is kind of what this feels like, ultimately. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this hand doesn't have black, but turn 2 Censor into turn 3 Seed Shark isn't bad. Oh, that's a remand, sure. Take that. Plus, I do Tropical Island and Treetop Village. The apes can rumble. This becomes a green ape with trample. I've played against a lot of Treetop Villages. Played with them too. Captain's Claws. You all forgot about the Captain's Claws. This is the second opponent who's played this against me. It still doesn't seem to threaten too much, but who knows. Etropia the twice favored. Let's censor that. And then play a Seed Shark on my turn. And hope to draw Black Source. If they can't kill the Seed Shark, even if they play a creature this turn, I'll have Rand up after that. Blast Zone Arena, huh? Ether Spellbomb? Sure. Oh, let's play the Creeping Tar Pit here. Send and leave up Remand. I can't Remand plus flip the Incubator token, but getting a Black Source into play seems pretty good. Put a counter on the Blast Zone, sure. If their plan is to get Blast Zone to 3 to blow up the Shark, I gotta say I think my chances are good. It does appear to be their plan. Is it time? It's time. Rumble away, Treetop Village. got nothing better to do. Doesn't seem like I need multiple removal spells up in the same turn. Get them for 5. Let's see, they're going to put a counter on the Blast Zone, yeah. All right, well, they're going to spend like 3 turns killing the Blast Zone. All right, and they're going to Ether Spellbomb the Treetop Village. Fine with me. They're not going to let me get a single Incubate token off the Seed Shark, unless they play something before using the Blast Zone. Nope, all right. Seed Shark down. And their next play, Ranger class. Yeah, I'll remand that. That seems fine. Draw. Ooh, a Restless Cottage. I like that. All right, let's play a Restless Cottage. Cottage. Pass. Ranger class is pretty good because you can eventually level it up to where you're playing creatures off the top of your deck, and that has historically been a decent strategy against like a blue-black deck, but I'm not too worried right now. Renegade Freighter. Oh man, that brings back scary memories. I remember losing to that card a lot in the draft format. All right, so it's a crew 2. Whenever it attacks, it gets +1/+1 and trample until end of turn. Yeah, sure. Let's go nothing Chupacabra here. I have 1 card in hand, and then I'm going to play the Tarn, because the reason I didn't want to use Fatal Push last turn is because Fatal Push can kill Freighter if I have Revolt, and drawing Tarn actually to get Underground Sea actually does that perfectly. And also getting a Chupacabra into play to start attacking them seems pretty good, because they're going to spend, yeah, if they have nothing else, they're going to level up Ranger class twice. They're at level 2 now, and they're going to level it up. And now they can play creatures off the top of their deck. But my plan now is to start clocking them with Restless Cottage and Chupacabra to start, and then eventually both of these lands. So that's going to work out pretty well, I think. Let's see, black, green. I don't need to play Hard Evidence yet. Let's just do this. Let's eat their Eutropia. I guess maybe the Blast Zone's more likely to get recurred. All right, if they want to play a creature off the top, that is fine. Rex Sage. Kill my food, sure. There it goes. There she goes. There she goes again. Okay. What you doing with that Renegade Freighter? You chilling? You animating? If you attack, you get a +1/+1 counter. Oh, they're going to move Captain's Claws to it. All right. Well, you probably didn't think I could kill it, but oh, that was my last target in my deck. Funny. Fatal Push off Fetchland. Ooh. Dirty. Into Scuttletide, the one that makes crabs. Funny. Green. Black. Let's get the Restless Cottage in. Oh, I guess I could have attacked with Treetop Village too, but I think leaving up 2 removal spells and a Heart of It is probably good enough. Also, this, you need Delirium to give the crabs +1/+1. I guess I eat the land. Let's play Swamp. Hard Evidence. Smash. Eat your land. Put you to one type. Not that it's really going to come down to that. And then next turn I have a bunch of creature lands, a bunch of removal spells, and about to have a trophy. The Teething Wormlet off the top of the deck. Ooh, look at that. Another card off the top of the deck. Wow, they have a cool deck. Whenever artifact enters, you get to do the scrying thing. You got the wormlet. Wow, they played 3 creatures off the top of the deck. They're still like extremely dead here. All right, end of turn. Sure. Whenever a modified. All right, I guess I'll just block. And let's go Heartless Act. End of turn. Destroy that. Land. Animate Restless Cottage. Animate Tar Pit. I'm at 19. Yeah, I think this will do the trick here. So they can make a crab. They're going to 1 from the Tar Pit regardless. And the crab isn't an artifact, so it doesn't trigger any of these things. Yeah, they're going to discard their Treetop Village. So I guess crab can block the 2/2. And no, I mean, either way, they're chumping the cottage. I guess they can double block here if they want. I'll kill the Teething Wormlet. Sure, why not? They go to 1. And next turn, my creature lands. Probably finish them off. Maybe they can play a couple cards off the top. Would be okay if they did. Capitan's Claws. Not going to get it done. Glistening Dawn. Incubate X for X number of lands you control. Okay, so they make 2 7/7s. Wow, they put Horizon Canopy into their hand with the... That's so funny because, like, it's a way to actually draw a card off of this thing. Like, it draws a land and then the land can find a spell, but I still think it's not going to be enough. Though, again, I respect what they've got going on here. They got cool stuff, but not good enough to defeat the just counter spells, card draw, removal spells package. Yeah. Taking a bunch of game actions. That's allowed. You're allowed to take game actions. As am I. Rona's Vortex, huh? I'm just going to animate the Tar Pit, and I'm actually going to animate the Treetop Village. Oh, did I tap too much? Whatever, here we go. Let's send, because Treetop Village has trample, so even if they block, I can bounce or kill whatever they block with. Just in case they had a creature off the top. I guess I just pass because this is lethal. And wabam. All right, added to my collection. Nice little trophy. Well, that deck was pretty straightforward. That cube seemed like a cube. I appreciate you hanging out, watching me draft blue-black. I do enjoy doing that. Tomorrow, we'll be back with some Vintage Cube team drafts. So until then, have a good one. Hope you enjoy the cubing, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.